Hi guys, so if you've been watching some of my recent videos, you'll see I'm really enjoying the old comic book style painting, and I've got this awesome looking Batman figure, which I think, well, he'd look pretty cool in the old comic book style too. So I'm going to make him into like a bit of a frame diorama, as yeah, I do quite enjoy making these little box sets, as well these kind of things can go on a wall. The way they're made, they can obviously just sort of sit on your desk as well. So simply a case of 3D printing the frame and making or cutting out some MDF bits just to make the box shape. I did in the past used to 3D print boxes, which was a bit nuts because obviously it uses up quite a lot of resin, takes a long time, whereas using my Creality laser engraver, yeah, it's nice and simple just to cut up a few bits of MDF, and as you can see, perfectly fit together. So I've got the back, but I'm not going to put that on for the moment because I'm going to do something special with the back you'll see later. So it's going to be a simple little scene with Batman sort of standing on kind of like a roof bit, and yeah, the backdrop, yeah, that's going to be the old bat signal. So the Batman figure, yeah, where'd you get him from? Well, I'll leave a link down below, and it's from the DC Multiverse miniature game created by Night Models. So it's over at My Mini Factory, and it's an awesome campaign. And there's 100 STL files of your heroes and villains, and more models will be included when the milestones get unlocked. So this ends midnight 28th of October. You'll be able to buy things after that date, but the price is obviously a lot lower at the moment, so it's $119 for the full set, or $40 for each pack. So I was lucky enough to obviously been sent some STL files early, so I get to choose which one I wanted to print out. And yeah, as I say, obviously I'm doing the Batman one, just because I think he looks really cool, great pose, and I'm going to paint him, well, in the old sort of style Batman. Because, well, I grew up in the 70s, so yeah, I can remember Batman, kapow, punch, wallop, and all that kind of malarkey, and that's why I really fancied painting him in, well, the comic book style. So we got all links down below, guys. Go and check out the campaign, as yeah, there are some truly awesome looking, well, heroes and villains there. So rather than just using two shades of a colour like I've done in the past, as you can see here, I'm going to use three. So I've picked out the colours I think I'm going to be using, and each one, yeah, there's a dark, a medium and a light sort of version, apart from for the skin because I don't have that many skin tones, and then good old black for obviously doing all the lining afterwards. So yeah, using my little poppet, I love this thing. Yeah, these are just so great because as you can see, yeah, oops, they do pop out. This is what I used to paint something previously. You leave it overnight, paint dries hard, and then yeah, you just pop it out and it's good to go. So there's not too much cleaning involved, and it does seem to keep the paints wetter for that bit longer when you are using them, because obviously the silicone, it doesn't sort of dry up the paints or soak into, or the paint soak into them. If I get my teeth in properly, I'll be able to tell you what I'm trying to say. So yeah, so with him, obviously there's not too many colours to Batman, so it's going to be a nice simple little paint job, and that's kind of why I thought I'd have a little mess about doing sort of 3 shades rather than just the normal 2. But as you'll be able to see here, yeah, because the back's not really going to get seen, I didn't really bother painting the back. Yeah, save on a bit of paint and time. So yeah, only paint the bits you can do. That's the reason why I think I quite like doing these little dioramas in these little sort of like box frames, because you can't see the back side of things. Yeah, you don't have to worry about that. So with the front, yeah, like I've done with previously with the comic book style painting, what you need to do first is just block in all the colours. As I say, this chap doesn't have too many colours at all, but as you can see, yeah, I am sort of going more the colours from the 70s TV sort of show, just because yeah, I loved Batman back in the day. It really was fun, and yeah, there wasn't many things to watch on TV when I was a kid. I think during the evenings you had about 2 hours from about 3 till 5. And then the weekend on a Saturday, you had morning TV, which was kind of from about 8 till about 12, and then it was all sports and news. And Sunday, well, yeah, there wasn't really anything at all on a Sunday. Anyway, I'm digressing and waffling and, well, reminiscing about being a child, although I kind of am still a child because obviously I do this channel where I make and paint things, which I absolutely love. So yeah, like I've done in the past, yeah, so the main colours are now on. So now a case of doing the lighter colour. Doing this on all these sort of like raised areas. And I say, because I'm now doing 3 colours, I'm then going to go over part of where the raised area is and just add this even lighter sort of tone colour. And yeah, again, so I am still learning with the comic book style. So each time I do it, I think it gets a little bit better than the previous one. If not, well, I'm just going to keep on going until it does get better. But so I do love doing this sort of painting style. It really is nice. It's easy. It's fun. And it's so much different, obviously, from slapchop, which will always be my go-to for, well, for miniatures that I use in games. That is my preferred method. But for sort of single pieces like this that are just going to be in little dioramas, or even just a single miniature that I'm going to sort of just, well, have on a desk or a shelf. Yeah, I am loving this comic book style because it is, you know, it's stronger colours, more vibrant colours, and say it's fun to try new things out. And I definitely prefer the look of using the 3 different sort of colours of each colour, or 3 different shades, as in 3 different sort of blues, 3 different greys, and that. Yeah, I think that looks a lot nicer than just using the 2. Gives it a bit more depth to it. So yeah, I kind of forgot to paint his face. Obviously there's not a lot there, so I'm just going to put a little bit of pink on there because there's so little to his face. Yeah, I'm not going to bother trying to get another colour on top. So now we're going to do the fun bit of the black marker pen, and this is where it really sort of ties it in and makes everything look, well, makes it look 2D. So this literally is a case of going over every single edge you can find, and yeah, just sort of doing a black line on it. So you can obviously use a paintbrush and black paint, which you possibly will see me use in a minute, but where possible, if I can use my marker pen, it's a lot easier to use. I seem to have more control over it, and luckily this marker pen, yeah, it's a double ender, who are madam, and you can do obviously a thinner one and a thicker one, which is pretty cool. So you might notice that on this chap, once I finished painting him, I sprayed him in some matte varnish, which normally works really well, but in this case it left this sort of white looking sort of film over the top of him. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if it was because the can was too cold or too hot. I did give it a good old shaking before using it, but yeah, for some reason he kind of went totally white, so I had to spray him quite a few times to actually bring the colour sort of back underneath. But as you can see, yeah, you can definitely see in this sort of shot, yeah, lots of sort of white flaky bits, although they're not flaky because they won't rub off. So guys, any idea what that is or what's caused that? As I have used this clear matte varnish in the past, and yeah, it's always been perfect, always gone on really well, and yeah, you can't see it. But for some reason, this one, yeah, it's got a little bit weird. I don't know if it's because of the temperature being a bit colder in my studio. Maybe. But say, it doesn't look too bad though. That's all the black lines done. And then there's a case of going over and doing little hatch areas here and there. This kind of indicates, well, shadow, shading, all that kind of stuff. And obviously makes it look more, well, cartoony. So yeah, absolutely love doing this kind of style. You will see this more, especially with the large orc kill team I'm currently printing. If you haven't seen any of those videos yet, I've done 2 so far. Obviously I'll do another 4 for the orc kill team. It's an oversized kill team as well, which is going to be fun. Do need to make obviously the opposing team. Not sure which ones I'm going to do yet. Possibly Space Marines, maybe Tyranids. Not too sure. So yeah, for the backdrop, yeah, I thought rather than me trying to paint one, I'm going to cheat. Went online, bit of Googling, found a few with the old bat symbol. So I got the red and the blue. Really wasn't too sure what I wanted. So if in doubt, ask the kids. To be honest, I quite like the red just because it was more of a contrast. But when I showed the kids, yeah, they thought the blue one looked better. So yeah, I've gone with the kids. And there we go. There's my little Batman in his little, well, on his roof building, ready to save the day. So guys, don't forget to check out the link down below so you can check out all the miniatures you can get from the DC Multiverse miniature game by Night Models. And as it implies, yeah, it is a game. So check out all the details to how you can play it as well. Okay guys, like, share, subscribe, leave comments, all that good stuff. Take care. Bye now.